Hi guys! So it has been a while since I have posted. It's been about a month. And while that break was not something that I had planned on, otherwise I would have probably told you, it was a necessary and well-needed break. It's not necessarily that I needed a break from filming, but there was so much going on in my personal life that I just needed to sit down and address so that I could come back to YouTube and feel pretty good about everything. So I know that I had mentioned my parents were going to be traveling and they have left now. I think the last time I talked to them, they were in North Carolina, but they've probably already moved out of that state and are going somewhere else. They do have a fifth wheel that they've been traveling around in, and it sounds like they're having a blast. We miss them so much, but yeah, I think they're having fun, and they might be coming home for Christmas. So we'll see if that ends up being the case or if they just end up having so much fun that they don't want to come home. I wouldn't blame them. I mean, they are down south, so it's nice and warm, and we live in Minnesota and it was snowing this morning. So I wouldn't blame them if they didn't want to come back. If they do come back, then they'll be staying with either my family, like Joe and I, or my grandparents who are also nearby, but we'll see how all of that goes. And then I'm gonna touch on this just for a second, but there was something else that happened in the month of October that if I talk about it, it will be well in the future. That was kind of the main reason that I took a break. But even so, I think I have told maybe 4 or 5 of my friends in the area. So it's not something that I feel like I want to share yet. And like I said, if I do, then it'll be months into the future. Yeah, that was kind of the big thing. And then I did also want to mention, so the last I talked to you, I was getting ready to run a half marathon, and I have run a few half marathons before, and I did the Disney marathon a few years back. I think that was in 2018 that I did the actual Disney marathon. That was fun. I thought my toenails were gonna fall off, but I would love to do that again. But I really like doing the half marathons. They're 13 miles. It's not bad. It's a pretty easy recovery afterwards. And so I had a half marathon at the beginning of October. And for the most part, that went really well. I was going much faster than I had kind of anticipated going. I was supposed to run it with my dad, but he injured himself right before, so he couldn't run, but he kind of followed me around on the course, like driving to different spots. It was probably every 2-3 miles that I would see him and he would be watching my time, and I was doing really well. Then I got to mile 11 and kind of hit a wall, so I had to walk basically the rest of it, but it was still a really good half marathon. I felt really good about it. So yeah, it was fun. I'm definitely planning on doing it again and probably looking for other ones to do. And like I said, I do want to do the Disney marathon again. I have a cousin that is going to be doing it with her dad soon, which is so exciting. I mean, it'll be, next year, but yeah, it's such a fun race. And if you are into marathons at all and have any interest in Disney, I would highly recommend checking it out. It's awesome. But anyway, we are not a running channel here. We talk about knitting. So let's talk about that instead. So I don't have a whole lot of knitting to share with you today. With everything that happened this past month, I kind of stopped and tried to think of how I want my life to kind of go and what styles I want to adopt and everything. I mean, it's, the ever-changing sorts of things. And so it kind of paralyzed me as far as knitting goes, trying to figure out what I wanted to do, what I wanted to cast on, kind of the styles that I was going for, all of that. So it's been a journey this past month, but I do have a few things. So the first item that I wanted to show you is actually a crocheted item, and it's the beginning of a jumbo rabbit plushie by All About Ami. I can't remember the actual name of the pattern, but I'll link it down below so that you can check it out. And it's really cute. So this is a little bunny face, and it does have some safety eyes in here, but you can't really see them because this yarn is so fluffy. I'm kind of thinking of taking just a little bit of hairspray and putting it right by the eye and just kind of flattening this little bit out. And then I talked to my grandma as well, and she had suggested maybe just using a scissors and clipping away some of this little fuzz right around the eye. I don't know what I'll do yet. It is a little bit wonky. Like, if you can see the eyes, the embroidery is not straight at all. But you guys know that crocheting is not my craft of it's not my craft of choice. It's just not the craft that I feel most comfortable with, I guess, but it does have kind of a fun little homemade sort of look, a little bit haphazard, but it's still cute. And then I do also have one ear finished, so it'll kind of go a little bit like that, and then it'll have one on the other side and a whole body underneath. And the yarn that I used is Lion Brand Go for Faux. This isn't the same colorway. I'm hoping to do a little teddy bear for my son Charlie, and that's in the same pattern as the bunny, which, like I said, will be linked below. And I believe that this is the yarn that was recommended. So yeah, it's really fun to work with. It's a little bit scary because you can't see the stitches, and like I said, crocheting is not something that I'm super comfortable with, but they're just such cute little stuffed animals that I'm pushing myself through. I really want to make them, and I just think that they're really cute. So anyway, yeah, that was my first little project. I've got my little bunny here, and then I've got the bear ready to go once I get the bunny done. I don't think I can do these simultaneously. Just not something I'm comfortable with. Then I did do a little bit of work on my off the shoulder jumper by Quail Studio. This is made out of a Fiber Company yarn. It was Amble Wandering Souls yarn, I believe, in the colorway Cat Bells. And I really like this yarn. It's got kind of a nubby texture to it, just feels really rustic and nice. I really love this yarn, and I did pick up a few more skeins for projects that I have in mind, but I haven't cast on yet. So yeah, really love this yarn. I've been having a lot of fun with it, but I'm not really sure what the future of this pullover is going to be. So I have gotten to a point where I'm ready to start working on the sleeves. This is the length that it's meant to be, but I don't know if I want to continue it or not. It's been a really fun pattern. I really like it, but I also don't really know if it's the style that I want to go for in the future. Like when I was saying that I've been kind of paralyzed with trying to figure out what I want to work on. Yeah, this is one that I haven't worked on recently because I don't know if it is actually what I want to be wearing a lot. So next time I share an update, this will either have a sleeve, I'm sure, or I will have frogged it and started something else with it because it is a really nice yarn. I really like it. I'm just not sure if I want to finish this sweater or not, which is weird because I'm not that far away from finishing it, really. I mean, I have to do the sleeves and the yoke, but that's it. And the yoke is not going to take long. It's an off-the-shoulder sweater, but I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but we'll see. And next time I'll have an answer for you. So if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe and all of that jazz. But anyway, I have one more project to share with you, and this one I have done quite a bit on. The last project that I have to share with you is the only one that I've made very much progress on at all, and it's this pair of toe-up socks. This is also out of that Fiber Company Amble yarn, and I believe that the colorway on these is Blackback. It's a really, really dark blue, kind of like a raven sort of colorway. Really, really pretty. I really like it. And like I said, with the off the shoulder jumper, it's just got a really nice kind of bumpy texture to it, and just has a really nice rustic feel. Oh my goodness, Cricket is loud today. But yeah, they're going along really well. So I did turn the heel on here, and then I've been working on the leg, and the goal is just to continue going around the leg until the yarn is out. And I am getting a little bit towards the end here. I don't know if I'll be able to finish them by the time I do my next knitting update, but they're coming along very, very nicely. And I think that the reason that I've been able to put so much progress into these is that they're very simple, straightforward, and they're going to work with anything that I want to do anyway. So yeah, it's been a very safe project, and I've really been enjoying them. So yeah, at some point I will write up the pattern on how to make these and maybe do a how to knit video, but this is not the colorway that you want to be learning how to do anything with. So anyway, I think that that is going to do it for my knitting update today. I am so sorry that Cricket is being so loud, and Cricket's my cat, if you can't tell. He's meowing very loudly, but anyway, like I said, I think that that's going to do it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm so sorry that I took that break, but like I said, it was definitely needed, and I'm feeling much more refreshed and ready to get back into filming, knitting, all of that. So anyway, I hope you guys are having an amazing day, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!